Today we're going to talk about oxygen and air. Before that, my name is Jules Miguel Piriario.
My name is Brian Brion.
And my name is Derek Arcibal.
And we are your anchors for today. Do you think that we're just going to talk about air, the thing that we breathe every day? No, we are just going to discuss about epigenetic, anthropogenic, genic effects, and invasive animals. Let's proceed to the weather report. On the oxygen cycle and air pollution, we have Miss Dominic.
For today's weather report, air pollution is hard to escape. No matter how rich an area you live in, it is all around us. Microscopic pollutants in the air can slip past our body's defenses. However, air pollution doesn't just affect our health. It is also closely related to climate change. The main driver of climate change is the fossil fuel combustion, which is also a major contribution to air pollution, and the efforts to mitigate one can improve the other. The ozone in the atmosphere warms the climate, therefore making extreme weather conditions. Oxygen currently makes up 21% of the gases in the planet's atmosphere. Reducing oxygen levels thins the atmosphere, allowing more sunlight to reach the Earth's surface. The increased humidity and temperature also leads to increased in precipitation. By contrast, when the oxygen concentration are higher but not too much, the atmosphere gets thicker and scatters more sunlight. As a result, there is less water vapor to trap the heat. So that's all for today's weather report. And as I always say, have a nice weather.
Okay, now, welcome. We're gonna talk about one aerial invasive species called the house sparrow. The house sparrow were introduced to the US from Europe in the mid-1800s. As a desirable species, they have since spread across the United States and are now quite common. They are often found around human habitations as they prefer to build their nests on walls and in man-made structures. Though these little brown birds may seem unassuming, house sparrows are known and aggressively compete with native birds for nests and cavities. They at times destroy their nests and eggs of other birds. House sparrows are also a tendency to nest on and in buildings and can create fire hazards by packing nesting materials into the vents and other structures. Additionally, they can be quite noisy when nesting in such close quarters with humans. And that's all for aerial invasive species.
I can't believe the capability of house sparrows to survive is amazing. What do you think, guys?
I agree.
Yeah, I feel the same. I think the house sparrows are very interesting species.
Mm-hmm.
And now for the showbiz content, G-Man will talk about the anthropogenic effects and epigenetics.
Human activities do have its toll on the atmosphere. But what activities do we do that really affect the air? These scale from simply driving your car, turning on your air conditioner in your homes, turning on your lights, or cooking meals for your bebe. These activities produce pollutants such as black carbon, nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide, carbon monoxide, particulate matter, and ground level ozone, all of which is harmful for the air and causes air pollution. But did you know that if you cause too much damage to the air, it would most likely affect our DNA? Air pollution has numerous harmful effects on health and contribute to the development of morbidity to cardiovascular diseases, metabolic disorders, and a number of lung pathologies like asthma. Emerging data indicate that air pollution modulates the epigenetic mark in DNA methylation, and that these changes might in turn influence inflammation, disease development, and exacerbation risks. Recently, interventions such as exercise or taking vitamin B have been proposed to reduce the impact of air pollution on DNA methylation and health. That is all for the latest buzz on anthropogenic effects and epigenetics. Stay safe, stay healthy. This is Gian Manero, always reminding you to practice eco-friendliness to reduce illnesses. Back to you, Von.
Wow! From G-Man's report, I am now more aware of the pollutants that are harming our environment and will practice being eco-friendly and always remember to reduce, reuse, and recycle. What do you anchors do to help the environment?
Well, I think small steps such as picking up litter would do a huge contribution in helping the environment.
I would also do the same.
Oh, we received a live report from Mr. Bradford.
Oh, Mr.
Tapos?
Bradford.
Greetings to all. My name is Bradford C. Palekpek, and I am the representative of OxyGlobe Oxygen Cycle. I would like to share the importance of oxygen in our lives. We are all aware that the Earth's atmosphere is oxygen. Oxygen has a huge role in respiration, the energy-producing chemistry that drives the metabolisms of most living things, including microorganisms. We humans, along with many other creatures, need oxygen to live. Oxygen is generated during photosynthesis by plants and many types of microorganisms. Oxygen from photosynthetic microbes eventually build up in the atmosphere, changing our planet's environment and the history of life in the process. We humans and many other living things consist of cells, and cells need oxygen for homeostasis. Therefore, we need oxygen to live. These are only some of the importances of oxygen.
Thank you for the information, Mr. Brad. It is as you say, oxygen is one of, if not the most important essential. It is in the air that we breathe, the food that we eat. It is the very thing that keeps us going. If not for oxygen, I don't think we'd be here to talk about it. Wouldn't you agree?
I think
Yes,
so
I
too.
strongly agree. These are essentials and these are always needed in our everyday life.
Indeed. All in all, today we have discussed about first is the weather report of Miss Dominic, where she talks about the effects of microscopic pollutants, bad effects of air pollution, and fossil fuel, which is the main driver of climate change, which also affects ozone in the atmosphere, and the resulting factor of less water vapor in order to trap heat. Second, Mr. Nathan shows one of the invasive species, which is the house sparrow, that shows that the house sparrow capabilities as a invasive species.
Third, the latest buzz on anthropogenic effects and epigenetics. Mr. G. Man discusses the human activities that puts a huge toll on the atmosphere. From driving to cooking, all of these contribute in producing pollutants no matter how small they may be, as well as its negative effects in our DNA. That is why we must take proper measures such as exercise and vitamins B to reduce the impact of air pollution on our DNA and health.
And lastly, Mr. Bradford talked about the importance of oxygen in our lives. Its presence in places such as our Earth's atmosphere, in the air that we breathe, and the food that we eat. All of it stems from the oxygen that we intake.
That's our news for today. We hope you have learned something about the news today. Again, I am Jules Miguel Piri Ario.
My name is Brian Breon.
And my name is Von Derek Arcibal.
We
Are
Your
anchors
for today.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.